There's this part of you that's been called the inner idiot. And essentially, the inner idiot works on false dichotomies. And I want to hone in on one false dichotomy that the inner idiot suggests. Now, false dichotomy simply is the idea that there's one option or the other, and one option is absolutely perfect, and the other option is absolutely evil. So, the false dichotomy I want to talk about that the inner idiot is always running in the background is you're either perfect and flawless or you're an absolute total failure. You can't make any mistakes. This is the inner idiot. The inner idiot is the idea that you must be absolutely 100% perfect, and if you're not, you're totally worthless. You can't make a single mistake. Or the inner idiot says, your mistakes are who you really are. You watch this when players play games, they get too much in their head, and especially at the lower levels, junior high, high school, and even at the college level, to be honest, you see players who make a mistake, they miss 3-4 shots, and it's like they're like psyched out. They've psyched themselves out because they can't make mistakes. Now, when you watch great players, like the very best, they take mistakes in stride. They're doing their very best, but they know they don't have to be perfect, and perfection is impossible. They kind of shut up the inner idiot. They just accept the fact that they're going to make mistakes and they don't have to be perfect. And when you recognize you don't have to be perfect, the best players in the NBA shoot 50%. They're missing half their shots, okay? And some of the best players are missing 55% of their shots. You don't have to be perfect. And they have turnovers. Some of the best guys in the league are near the top of the league in turnovers. They have turnovers and they just keep playing. They stay in the present moment. You don't have to be perfect. One of the things that drives me nuts about some coaches, I just can't believe it. You see a young kid make a bad pass, and it's like the coach is, waving somebody into the game. Or they miss a shot or take one bad shot. It's not like 5 bad plays in a row where you pull the kid out and you say, listen, let's look at the film after this. Let's talk about this. It's one bad play and the coach just can't handle it. Those teams are, the players are miserable. Whenever you talk to a kid who's on a team like that, they hate their life for good reason. Their coach demands perfection. And by the way, those coaches usually are terrible coaches. Like, you want to talk about projection, not being perfect. Those coaches make so many mistakes and so many errors. It's hard to watch. And second, this coach is ruining the psychology of the player. You're telling a player they have to be perfect, that they can't make mistakes. That's a deadly thing to tell a young athlete. You're essentially saying you can't make a single mistake. This tightens everybody up. This makes it nearly impossible to get into the zone. These teams, by the way, when you watch teams like this, they very seldom are good in crunch time. Everybody's tense. They very seldom have a really top-notch clutch player. Anyways, this is Dylan from Basketball Brain. Make sure you go to basketballbrain.com to get the full program and check out boingvert.com. Peace.